Hello and welcome here to Venture Capital TV. My name is Javier. I will be your host for today. And like every session, we bring you the innovation, technology, and solutions you want to hear about. And best of all, you get to hear it from the CEOs or the founders about the project. Now, during this 45-minute AMA, we're going to have, you are welcome to post any question or comment you have in the chat box. We will raise it here, and the directors, the CEOs will answer it. So it's a perfect opportunity to know more about the project. Before we move on to the interview, you can always see our previous shows and content by visiting talking.com/VCTV/shows. You can also follow us on our socials like Facebook and Twitter. And if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button so you always get great content opportunities and even giveaways. One last reminder, anything mentioned here in this show is not any type of financial advice. Please do your research before making any decisions. It's your choices and your responsibility. With that said, I would like to welcome the team behind EAI. And to introduce the team, I would like to ask to all of you gentlemen if you can start by introducing yourselves. First, we have Sia, who is the COO of Prisma Analytics. Then we have Ovidio Toma, who is the CEO of Crypto Data Tech, and Sebastian Barliga, who is the CTO of Crypto Data Tech. Gentlemen, welcome. How are you?
Thank you very much, Javier. It's a great opportunity to be here and to be able to talk to the audience.
Fantastic. We have a lot of questions. I was reviewing the webpage. There's a lot of opportunities here. And please, gentlemen, I would like to, if you can introduce yourselves, the team behind it, and how did this project started?
Sure. Maybe I start?
Please go ahead.
So, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity today. My name is Sia Jalali. I am the CEO of Prisma Analytics. I have studied the medical computer science in Germany in the recent years, and then I have done my MBA at the Kellogg School of Management in Chicago. All in all, I have worked now for 20 years at Toshiba in IT, software, hardware. Then I was at the consulting companies and family offices. But since 1 year, I have the most excited job that I have ever seen, and that's this new role of being the CEO of Prisma Analytics. I'm specialized in software architecture and management. And since 1 year, we are dealing with the topics that we want to introduce to you very shortly after this introduction. Thank you.
Thank you, Sia. Hello, Javier. Thanks for introducing us. I'm Ovidio Toma. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Crypto Data Tech Romania. Actually, we're a company started in Romania back in 2012 as a mining data center for blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Shortly by 2015, we reached over 10 megawatts installed power in mining and blockchain mining. But we understood blockchain is not only about cryptocurrencies. Blockchain is a technology having far more other applications in various other industries than the financial ones. So actually by 2016, we started the R&D of applicated blockchain into various other fields of activities and industries. And here we are, 2022. I'm actually running a company with over 250 developers, engineers here in Romania, 100% based in Romania. Yes, we're Crypto Data, a co-founding member of the IDEIN project. Sebastian?
Hello, thank you for the introduction. My name is Sebastian. I'm the CTO of Crypto Data. Since 2012, I have been into blockchain technology, attracted by it, and started gathering knowledge about it. And since then, I have been working, developing smart contracts, blockchain networks for myself, just for fun and test. And then Crypto Data started going into blockchain products, and we have developed and launched various technologies based on blockchain technology, which is not only about cryptocurrencies, but we have been going further into the blockchain technology, developing telecommunication application and cybersecurity products.
Thank you very much, Sebastian, Video, and Sia for those introductions. Now, I was reading your website a little bit. It's very interesting, and just to quote about EAI, the keys to the tree of knowledge. And EAI is an AI-powered knowledge creation ecosystem whose purpose is to make knowledge across the entire world flat. Okay, now, as you understand, we have several projects here visiting us, some of them ecosystems, some of them with tokens, some with metaverses. Can you, from the very beginning, can you please explain us in what kind of area in the blockchain are you in? Meaning, if it's an ecosystem, what type of ecosystem is it? What problem are you trying to solve? Who would like to take that question? Sebastian?
Yes, I can answer that if it's okay with my colleagues here. So our project started not as a blockchain project. Prisma Analytics, Mr. Sia, developed the technology behind and his company, the C+A technology, and they are doing research and development for over 5 years already of this technology. They have patents already for this technology, basically using natural language processing and AI tools, gathering information from the web, crawling information from the web, from news sources, with the help of AI, parsing those news and extracting knowledge via the C+8 technology. To make it very easy to understand, like what is the C+8, it looks at the actor, what he has done, and in accordance to whom. So based on these three factors, we can extract knowledge about a company, about cryptocurrency, about a car, about a person, about everything that goes in the news online.
Yeah, may just add a little bit to what Sebastian just very
Sure,
perfectly
please go
said
ahead.
in terms of the technical issues that we're doing. So basically, we wanted to address two problems that we want to solve. The first one was to introduce the concept of tradable license keys. We wanted to get away from the old-fashioned approach of distribution of the license keys in the old-fashioned manner that you all know, because based on the blockchain, we will have limited tradable license keys that are it's very clear to everyone that the numbers are limited. It's based on blockchain, so it's very transparent. But at the end of the day, the value can be changed, and this because it's tradable. You need these keys for the second issue and problem that we wanted to address, and that's what Sebastian just said. That's the company Prisma Analytics that is working on this issue since 4 or 5 years. That is issuing the problem of big data. What do I mean with that? We have put in place a platform and a technology that is able to read data, process it, structure it in a manner that is very smart in this databases, and giving access to its audience and to its users to get this knowledge. Now, the EAI tradable license keys is just the key to open the applications that are connected to the processed data that is saved into the smart databases. So again, in a very short manner, we wanted to address two issues. First of all, the concept of the tradable license keys, like a utility token that we have introduced, that's EAI. But why do we need these keys? In order to use what we have started in terms of R&D and a number of patents that we have in this regard, which is Prisma Analytics since 2016. It's just maybe interesting for you to know that we have invested time, money, and energy within the last 5 years to get into this level. And after meeting and partnership with Crypto Data, we just moved our proof of concept into production. That's just the step that we just made, okay? But we have started this long time ago.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sebastian and Sia, for that introduction. Ovidio, would you like to add something?
Uh, Actually, to counterbalance what Sia just mentioned, actually, whenever you start a new project, you look at actually the problems you're resolving. In our case, with Idane, actually we resolve two problems from two different spheres. One of them is what do we resolve, and the second one is how do we resolve it. What we resolve is actually the method of presenting data to a user in terms of knowledge. Okay, data is raw data, knowledge is parsed data, sentiment and analyzed data. So actually, how do we present data to a user is actually based on a C++A technology, based on the patents applied by Prisma Analytics and the partners in the last 6 years. How do we resolve the problem? Actually, we started from the idea of the software license keys, which is actually in the past actually issued over a physical piece of paper or by email. So actually, from issuing, transporting, trading, and validating the license keys, the industry was, in our opinion, quite old-fashioned because, of course, the most important issue is or was validating the license key locally on a computer involves a lot of risks and involves a lot of, let's call it, non-genuine license keys. So actually, how do we resolve how do we present the data to a user, and how do we resolve the problem? We introduced the concept of a tradable license key, which is actually issued, so generated, transported, traded, and validated over a blockchain network. And that is actually Idane. Idane is a new concept in the market. And of course, if we look at the technology of the C++A technology, it is already a technology in, let's say, in a beta version included in the past 2 years within Refinitiv in London Stock Exchange. So actually, for the past 2 years, the C++A technology was already validated and actually tested by the quants at the London Stock Exchange. Actually, Refinitiv is one of our business partners in terms of market for the B2B. Secondly, the technical partners, which is Crypto Data, which in terms of hardware developing, custom hardware development, Dell Technologies worked with us for developing hardware, custom hardware for our data centers. So we're actually trying to, at the same time, achieve a tradable asset oriented for the B2B business, for the quants, for the B2B analysis. Secondly, oriented for the B2C, for the, let's say, blockchain enthusiasts, cryptocurrency enthusiasts in terms of trading and speculating the value. So we consider we found the best way how to serve and how to bring together actually both communities, the B2B and the B2C. So actually that's why we consider it's quite unique, having a corporate and a corporate business into the blockchain/crypto enthusiast world.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that summary. To our viewers, I would like to bring your attention that you are able to visit the webpage to get more information and learn about the project. All the necessary information to make a decision is there. Please, as you can see below, visit edain.ai. And if you allow me, I would like to share my screen in order for our viewers to see the actual page. I hope you can see my screen now. Here is
Okay, yes.
the web page. Or you can go at the beginning. You have the technology, the tokenomics, the company itself, all the necessary information. And one actually interesting point I saw here, if you allow me, I'll just scroll down, is this part. We make complex decisions simple. And here you can see you can integrate over 130,000 news per day. And that is impressive. I think that's when you're talking about the data analytics, that it might be maybe the core of it, of what our people can expect to see. Now, if we go a little bit further, there is a token involved. Can you please explain how does the token get involved in the whole project and the ecosystem?
Ovidio, you want to take it?
I would take that one. So actually, how is the token involved in the whole process? As I previously mentioned, and both me and my partners previously mentioned, actually we try to approach the B2B and the B2C market. So let's take the B2B market, for example, big data analytics. Actually, till now, in the past 15 years, in the age of, let's say, search engines, I wouldn't call them. In the age of search engines, people are used to crawl through plain text data. So actually, if I'm searching for something or using a search engine, actually the return is a plain text in which I have to scroll, I have to read, understand, and maybe form an opinion if I'm searching for something specific. Let's take a use case. If I'm a trader at the stocks market, for example, I'm looking to buy X position. I don't know, let's call a generic company Microsoft. What do I do in the morning? I need to scroll through thousands of news, read them all, try to better understand what happens in the market, what's the sentiment about the market, and what's the common view of the masses in regard to this company or in regard to a specific product of the company. Then after a few hours of reading the news, I can form an opinion whether to buy, sell, short, long, or so on. That is actually when you deal with plain text. When you deal with big data analytics, with AI and natural language processing, NLP, actually, the software does that for you. The C++ technology is an AI trained to read the plain text, index the plain text into the form of knowledge, so into the form of parsed sentiment data. Actually, the software itself draws conclusions for you, and then later, at a click away, you can get a specific, let's say, picture, a radiography of the subject you're searching for. Whether you're a trader and you're searching for a company in in Decision Point, or you're searching for a specific topic in a time frame in a geolocation, which is Q search, or the social circumplex. Actually, our C++ technology is comprehended of roughly 14 different apps, all of them based on a C++ data analytics. So actually, rather than searching for plain text into a search engine, I can use the AI tools to fastly take a conclusion and fastly take a in-depth overview, in-depth analysis on a certain subject, time frame, geolocation, company. In the case of Decision Point crypto, about a cryptocurrency. So actually, it's about artificial intelligence, big data analytics. And actually, one of the patents behind the C++ technology issued in 2016 by Mr. Hardy Schleur is called methods of presenting, analyzing, presenting big data to a user. So actually, this is actually what C++ technology does, and of course, all the apps based on C++ technology do. Then how do we integrate a token? Indeed, as I previously mentioned, the question was, do we stick to the idea of a generic license key issued over a piece of paper or by email, or purchased by card? Then I'm looking only at the B2B market, and I'm still using an old-fashioned technology in terms of validating, generating, tracking the license keys I've been selling as a company. So that's where we, CryptoData, as a technical partner of the project, came up with a brilliant idea. Why don't we issue the license keys of a blockchain network, trade them over a blockchain network, trade them as a speculative asset? Actually, the value is revealed in price. As we know, price and value, these are two different things. And of course, if the value of the software, if the demand is that high, if the software is a disruptive technology, of course, the value, the price will go up. So indeed, a tradable asset as a license key, validated using a blockchain technology local at the user's end, generates no no misuse of license keys, no fake license keys or non-genuine license keys, and so on. So actually, this is the way we define the tradable license key: a real collection of disruptive technology up and running, working, in which the Germans, Prisma Analytics, spent a lot of money, human resource, and development over the past 5 years, using a blockchain issued utility token to access such a collection. And of course, when we're talking about the disruptive technology, it's up to the user's due diligence to consider how disruptive the technology is. In our opinion, it is. It really is, because we're one of the first companies to do so, to do big data analytics and present data to the user in regards to specific use cases and applications for various fields of activity. So then we consider the tradable license key as a blockchain token really makes sense in terms of accessing such an amazing collection of C++ based apps.
Okay, thank you very much for that in-depth explanation and the link between the token and the ecosystem. That makes perfect sense. But what about the benefits for investors? You mentioned a little bit about this. What can an investor expect when they want to invest in your token? You mentioned a little bit the value and the price. Can you expand a little bit more into that, please?
Sure, and I would like to take this question myself again. First of all, I do not like the word invest because it has different connotation. I like the word buy and trade. It's a tradable asset, a speculative utility token. So I consider it's a buy and sell. And of course, if somebody considers to invest, that's a private matter of the users. When somebody is actually trading our token, what should they expect? What they shouldn't expect that 1000x overnight, because we're not a get rich quick scheme. First of all, no. Secondly, how do you evaluate a blockchain-based asset or a blockchain-based project? First of all, you look at the technology, the solution, the problems the token resolves, who is the teams behind it, what level of engagement in terms of technical and financial the teams have, who is the advisors, the partners, is the technology up and running or just a dream presented to come true later. In case of ICOs in the past, of course, people presented ideas and dreams, but none of them were already built, and so on. So let's debate them. First of all, we are a group of companies based in Europe, especially in Germany and Romania. Idane is a legally founded company in Switzerland. Secondly, the technology has been developed in the past 5 or 6 years with plenty of millions of euros spent over time to develop such technology. And the living proof is the patents applied, and of course the living proof is the technology being up for testing and validation within the London Stock Exchange Refinitiv ecosystem. So for the past 2 years, our users can go and search on London Stock Exchange Refinitiv's platform. Prisma Analytics is a partner of this project, and one of our apps has been listed and used as a test version, as a let's say quant test version within the Refinitiv. Then if you look at the achievements of the teams in terms of who is the technical developers, of course, CryptoData is a company set up in 2012, and since then we've been dealing with blockchain-based technologies applied into various fields of activity. And I would say we're successful enough because our team grew up to about 250 people on a daily payroll, on a daily basis. Not a team of, let's say, distributed developers. We run our engineering, our development, our marketing, our entire team is in-house here on our payrolls in Romania. So then, of course, we look at the patents. Over the past few years, there were plenty of patents issued for such a technology. So it's not a project that started to work when we started the pre-sale. No, actually, we had the project, we had the technology long before the pre-sale started. And later we considered what is the optimum way of releasing the tradable license keys in the market. Of course, we consider it is a pre-sale, and it happened. We made a pre-sale. So if we start ticking the boxes of the check boxes of how do you evaluate a project, I think our community should do that, and they would understand we are a group of real companies with real background, with real money spent over time to develop technology, with real success into engaging patents, with real partnerships with Refinitiv and Dell Technologies in terms of hardware development, with entities, United Nations affiliates, in terms of data validation and data models validation. Of course, if we look at the pre-sale, I would even look at the pre-sale as well. We had a super limited pre-sale. We have a very low circulating supply, a very low circulating supply, a very low maximum supply, and as well the information is public. None of the developers or co-founders of the project are allowed to sell not even one EDAIN license key in the next 2 years. So yes, the developing teams, the development teams are locked for the next 2 years into selling any of our, let's say, founders tokens. So that is also a way of showing transparency to the community. That is also a way of showing trustworthiness, and that is a way of showing we trust our project a lot more than than the others. So I would say in a tick box table, we score over 95 out of 100 points in each chapter. So that's why we consider we are successful and we will be successful. And then of course the user is free to do a due diligence, to do a private analysis on our project, on our claims, on our achievements by now. And of course, every user should consider whether it's a buy, it's a hold, it's a sell. That's each user's decision. But I consider on the long run, the project is a disruptive technology, and it will be super successful being closely to get integrated into more than 5 or 6 big corporates, into the financial industry, into the quant industry and trading industry.
Okay, great. I totally agree with you, Ovidio. It's so important for people, as you mentioned, to go through that checklist and see exactly if that company has done what it is expected. And as you mentioned, again, a long-term commitment, I think, is key, because you have several projects, again, as you said, that they don't have the technology developed. It's just a dream. They would like to develop it, which may happen or may not. But that is not your case. You have spent the last 5 years working it. So it's actually, you have something functional. It's not just a prospect. You have something concrete. It's a real project behind. And the token is just the means to help facilitate that ecosystem. So I think definitely it's really interesting. And to our viewers, please get yourselves more familiar with this project. I'm leaving you again the website below. It's edain.ai. Please visit it, learn more about this project. And also I'd like to mention that since April 11th, the project Edain has been listed in La Token. So that means to our viewers, and if you allow me to share, I would like to actually show it to our viewers, because an important point is also to show that the project has passed compliance in certain exchanges. It is there, it is real, and it's happening. You can see here below. Actually, I will put here the link for our viewers to see that where they should go in order to access this. Is latoken.com/exchange/EAI_USDT. This is for the USDT pair. And as we can see, the project has been listed since April 11th. It's now live. So if you want to participate in this project, acquire the tokens, please go to latoken.com. If you do not have an account, it's very easy. Simply go there, open an account. You just have to upload one piece of information, and then you will be able to participate in this project. And again, please, as Ovidio mentioned, learn more. That's part of your responsibility, and that is why we're doing the show. But it also big time depends on you educating yourself. So you have all the resources here, as the gentleman had explained. And let's proceed. Usually I would like to ask, what makes your project different from others so that investors can move forward and invest in your project? However, You gentlemen have explained that you're the only one doing this at the moment. Is that correct?
Yes, may I just take that one? And then after that, I just wanted to touch base on this long-term aspect of our project. So I think one of the major differences between our project and many other projects that you see on the market right now today is just what Ovidio just mentioned. This is not a project where we have had an idea and then we are collecting some fundings in order to execute step by step that idea. In this particular case, we have started already 5 years ago with the Prisma Analytics. We have done a lot of R&D stuff, and we have spent a lot of time and money to reach this edge of publishing and bringing this, what we have done, into production. So many of the things that we want to show you have been developed so far, and it's just now the matter of fact that we are using this token as the access key of these applications to spread this into the world. The second thing is that, and that's I think the headline of what Prisma Analytics was built on, we want to bring knowledge to the people as a utility, the exact way as you are using gas and water and other resources. Knowledge is something that should be get public to everyone. And as you may all know, knowledge brings power. So we want to break the wall, and we want to go into the B2C, and we want to make everyone, giving everyone the possibility to make their queries and get that piece of knowledge that is going to improve their decisions. So this is a very crucial aspect of this whole project for us. And the main differentiation of our project with many other projects is that we are already at step 3 of the whole thing. If you divide this whole process into 4 steps, we are at step 3, moving on to step 4 to finalize the whole thing. Second, I want to touch base on also what Ovidio just mentioned, also you, Javier, that this is not a very short speculative project. This is a long-term project. Why? Because we have 3 fundamental issues within this topic that we're discussing. First are the knowledge vaults. These are the smart databases that we have built. And if you ask me where we see us in 3 years, we will expand this number of knowledge vaults for different topics, for different areas, rather in the space of financials or any other areas, because we are experts in what I mentioned at the beginning. We collect data, raw data, we process it, we give a certain structure and intelligence to it, and then we make it available for the people to access it. The matter of fact is that with the help of EDAIN, tradable license key, you are able to access the applications that give you the access to this knowledge. Now, so the first fundamental issue that is going to be expanded within the next years is that the number of the knowledge words is going to be expanded, and we are in negotiations and in talks with many cities, universities, United Nations, whoever that has data that needs to be processed. We are talking to them in order to do this stuff for them and give this knowledge to the entire world. The second fundamental issue is that we are going to expand the number of applications, rather in-house, or we are going to give it to the outside world. We are now in negotiations with 2-3 software development companies that, based on our platform and technology and patents, are going to develop additional softwares based on this technology. So the number of knowledge words are going to be expanded. The number of applications in-house or from third parties are going to be expanded. And last but not least is the number of partnerships, as Ovidio also mentioned. We have a very proper partnership with Refinitiv London Stock Exchange, meanwhile, since 2 years. But we are going to expand the number of partnerships also with many other exchange platforms or consulting companies, whoever that is in need of analytic tools in terms of financial markets or any other markets that we are going to bring up the applications. So this is, again, I just want to underline the fact that it's a long-term project. It's not something just for speculators that jump in and jump out. We are using 3 different kinds of technologies, which is the mixtures of NLP with AI. And in terms of the software license, we are using the blockchain, and we are mixing these 3 together in order to give our users and the community the maximum advantages that you can get out of it.
Thank you very much for that explanation. Yeah, and Just to go back to the part that you said, a little bit of your roadmap, that you are in stage 3 out of 4 in your overall plan. What can we expect for stage 4?
Well, as I just mentioned, for stage 4, the number of the knowledge roles will be expanded, right, at the global level. The number of the applications based on platform will be also expanded, and we will have more and more and more partnerships so that we
Okay.
bring this EDAIN knowledge ecosystem to the entire world. The more applications we have, the more demand we will create for the token, right? So this is one of the factors. The more knowledge we collect, and the more processing we do based on this collection means that our knowledge worlds are going to get more and more structured and smart, right? They're going to have more data, and with the patented technology, how we store the data, these are going to be very smart databases. We have not right now a number of these, but these are going to be even more. So what is going to be different in a couple of years is that we have expanded our footprint into the B2B and B2C again, with the number of the knowledge words, with the number of applications that are going to help you for different decision makings. And we are going to also expand at the B2B level the number of partnerships, and B2C level, sorry, both of them, for working with other companies that are interested in this technology and want to give this access to their users and customers.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. Now, we all know that things change so fast, right? In 1 year, there can be new regulations, new technology, change in market trends. But where do you see yourselves in 3 years from now?
Ovidio?
I would take this one. Where do I see ourselves in next 3 years? That's a good one. Let's put it this way. EDAIN is a tradable license key. It's an ERC20 smart contract, but at the very beginning we considered, okay, let's have it over the Ether network. But as we all know, the community actually asked us, demanded. We had some polls in which we asked the community what is their opinion whether we should mint EDAIN on the Ether ERC20 as a smart contract ERC20 on the Ether blockchain. So the answer was definitely not, due to the high gas fees and so on. At the same time, we at CryptoData have been developing in the past year and a half our own blockchain. It's actually an ERC20 EVM machine. So it starts from the Ethereum core, later developed by Polygon Edge, later developed by us. And actually, that's how Xiden went to life. It's our blockchain. We went live, we went up last month, and we consider minting EDAIN on our blockchain. Thanks to our commitment and our amazing technical team, we started developing our own layers of validators, of staking onto the Xiden blockchain. So as of now, EDAIN runs on Xiden. Xiden is as well a super success in terms of infrastructure, distribution, audit from Certic and Hackon, which both of them graded us close to 100 points in terms of staking functions, staking smart contracts, EDAIN smart contract, blockchain layers, blockchain code, and so on. So where do we see our project in the next 3 years? Actually, our project, in my opinion, will become, first of all, globally accepted and adopted, because we develop such layers to integrate IoT devices, so the Internet of Things devices, based on validators, so on mining process, on distributed validators. Secondly, we can or users in the market can develop the decentralized apps, can mint NFTs, can build all kinds of blockchain-based projects onto our network, can mint various projects onto our network. Secondly, EDAIN, of course, thanks to the environment, thanks to the amazing technological environment it's been minted on, EDAIN, in my opinion, will be a super success. Let's consider like this. Technology-wise, in terms of utility of the EDAIN, It's clear now, but the technology is up and running, works, and we're on big partnerships with big corporates, with big names, which, in my opinion, it never happened before to have such an amazing utility tokens in terms of legal definition, but as well engaged in so many corporate projects and corporate connections and communication, interoperability. Secondly, the technical grounds on which Etain is based is Sidon. Sidon comes with all the know-how, the reputation, the expertise of the crypto data team, of course, supported by Prisma Analytics and our partners at Patent Pool. So, of course, Etain, on top of being useful in terms of accessing a disruptive technology, is built on super solid grounds, super solid audited by third-party amazing entities, Hacken and Certic. So we have all the advantages to become a massively adopted project over the next 3 years. In terms of value, I wouldn't know what to say. Of course, our project is not as much speculative as it is useful. But of course, once the technology gets adopted and once a disruptive technology gets massively used, of course, the demand in the market is higher, but the supply is limited. It is very limited in terms of total supply, circulating supply, an amazing vesting program we announced from the very beginning of the pre-sale period. So, of course, the circulation and the offer is limited. The demand started to be constructed, and demand is high and will be higher in time. So I let our audience to decide what happens to a speculative asset of a blockchain when the demand is higher than the offer.
Just
Yeah.
just a short mention. My partners all speak so greatly about our technology, so the viewers should know the applications are up and running and are in a freeware version. They can come online, register for an account, and use the both applications for free until the end of the month. The two applications that are live now are Decision Point for companies. I pasted the link in the chat, Javier, and Decision Point Crypto, which deals with cryptocurrencies. So your viewers should join, register for an account, and test these applications because they speak for themselves. We should not add too much to this. In 3 years from now, as a video said, and Sia, this will be technology that will be used by masses. From going to your local market and deciding whatever shopping to do or whatever insurance to make, insurance to take, whatever loan plan to go for every use daily use cases. The technology will be there and will be fully developed. As Mr. Sia said, we will develop knowledge vaults for every application in real life.
And Sebastian, you just mentioned that until the end of April, this will be a free of use, so people can actually like test it.
Yes.
Yes, that's the purpose of it. So if I just may just answer this. So we have released the two applications at the end of March, the Decision Point for S&P 500, and the second version a couple of days after that, which is Decision Point for cryptocurrencies, which is something that is not available right now in the market in terms of sentiment data for these two different assets. We encourage everyone and we invite everyone during this period till end of the month to log on your website and to try to use them and to give their opinions, because I do not think that there are so many applications or tools outside there that are able right now to give you in a quick manner a very summarized dashboard regarding all the indicators in terms of each of the cryptocurrency assets, basically where you do not need to go and read, I don't know, up to 100,040 news per day regarding a subject. The software, the computing power does all of this for you, summarize it, give you a dashboard with a number of indicators. There is a description for all of these indicators. So basically, you as a user, you can very quickly make your mind see how the situation is, how this particular token is accepted or presented in the market, and also for the S&P 500 stocks. And then based on what is your insight out of this software, make your decision. So I encourage everyone till end of the month, because we have introduced this period as a free subscription period to everyone that can just log in, make an account on our website and use these applications to use it, and then to see the value add of the softwares, which is improving also within the time.
I think it is a fantastic opportunity, and for people, if they're not able to read what I have there in my screen, it says we make complex decisions simple. Decision Point is a complex tool aimed at assessing and processing social energies like emotions, moods, effects, and attitudes in text. So by having a lot of traders here, we know that's all about emotion. So you're giving us a free opportunity to test the project, to test the data processing, and actually learn from it and use it in our everyday trade. So I think that is fantastic. And I would, if possible, maybe in the next session, I would like to invite you once again to have a demo version. If you can actually get a set of data, you process it, and you show us the results so people can actually visualize the actual benefit that you are giving them. So I leave it up to you, gentlemen, to think about. And maybe in, I don't know, 2 weeks, you can have a good project. Once the free trial is over, you can come and then give us a live demo. And then we can learn a little bit more about it.
You will be more than happy to do this.
Perfect. To our viewers, you are able to learn more about the project and the website, but also get in contact with the project. Please use the Telegram handle EAI Software, as you see below. Get in contact with the community, learn more about the project. And I couldn't say better than one of our viewers put it now, a minute ago. Amazing project. Take the time to learn and earn. That is in summary what we're trying to assist here with our viewers. Learn, please do learn about this project. Well, gentlemen, I know you had limited time. You're very busy. So do you have any final words for our viewers today?
Well, from my side, it's just the fact that we need the support of our community in order to achieve our goals. We want to move side by side together with them. We are based on 100% on their opinions, and we want to grow our community. And this because please reach out to us if there is anything that you think that you want to share with us. We will be more than happy to answer all of your questions and to address all the issues that you have. Please do not hesitate to get in touch with us, because we are one and we want to grow together.
Thank you very much for those words. Well, gentlemen, CEO Ovidio and Sebastian, thank you for being with us, for sharing this great project. I'm sure it's very, very interesting for a lot of our traders. Again, you're more than welcome to come here once again with a demo. We would love to see it.
Sure.
And to our traders, thank you very much for your attention today. See you in the next show. Until that, stay safe. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Have a great day and stay healthy. Thank you. Bye.